brief introduction about yourself?
Sure. I'm an associate professor at Georgia Tech. I've been there for about 8-9 years, and I've been doing work at the intersection of human-centered computing and global development, specifically in the area of health. So whether it's personal or public health or particularly stigmatized health topics. And I'm also serving as the president of ACM SIGCHI, which is the special interest group for computer-human interaction.
It's quite inspiring. So, is this your first time in Sri Lanka?
This is my first time in Sri Lanka, and I'm very excited to be here. So thank you for having me. And I've known Dilrakshi for a while, so it's been really lovely to see her dreams come to life with this event, because we've been talking about it now for many years from before the pandemic, so it's been great.
It's quite nice to hear. So what was it like working with the school organizing committee and participating in it?
I don't think I did anything, but it was great to just see it all come together. I'm happy that the SIGCHI Development Fund was able to support it. I think it's important to have these kinds of events because they bring people together and you build ties, and then you can build on these for the future. So it's important to have one of these kind of events as a seeding event, and then hopefully the community will take it from here.
So the main topic today was HCI, and throughout the sessions what we realized was that there are quite a few definitions. So in your opinion, what is HCI?
Great question. So I would tend to define HCI more broadly. I would say that it's really about humans interacting with technologies and specifically computing technologies, but how we use the tech, how we design the tech, how we build systems and evaluate those systems. So all of that I would consider as part of HCI. I know that we talked about social computing and ubiquitous computing, and there's definitely different labels we can give to all of these subfields, but to me everything that is relevant when you think about humans interacting with computing technologies, I would consider that to be HCI.
So if there's a student who would like to make HCI some of their career fields, how would you advise them? How can they pursue it?
For research or for practice?
So practice, I would say.
Okay, so it depends on what stage the student is at. I would say if they're an undergrad versus if they're a master's student, so what are the skills that they are trying to build up, right? And this is also related to what opportunities there might be in the industry around them. So what are the types of jobs that people are able to get in the places where they're looking, will then shape what kinds of projects people might do. I would start out with learning through classes if there are classes that are offered. If not, then learning through resources that are online. I think that there's quite a few resources that are videos of courses being taught, and also talks when it comes to doing research projects. Talks for papers can be really inspiring to learn from. And so there's a lot of resources that are available for asynchronous consumption, in addition to just access to people, researchers, instructors, and other students possibly. So really making the most of whatever resources we have access to, right? To start to ask questions and see, okay, well, what are the types of things that HCI encompasses, just like you asked me, and then how can I get started on a project that allows me to delve a little bit deeper. And that project can be around building or designing something and doing a usability study around it. It could be around studying the use of a particular technology platform. I think that's a conversation that would depend on the student. So really talking to the student to see, well, what is it that you are interested in? What kinds of technologies are you interested in? And then moving forward.
So my next question, you actually gave quite an interesting introduction about SIGCHI at the session. So would you like to give a brief summary of that for the video?
Okay. So to summarize what I talked about, well, first I kind of mentioned that SIGCHI is a large organization, just starting with a 30,000 feet view of just what it is, and it includes now more than 5,000 members, and these are just the official members, and there's many more people in the community. It includes 26 conferences, it includes members in 90 countries, so it has quite a wide reach. And then I talked about just what these conferences are about and what it takes for someone to participate and what are the different ways in which you can participate. And then also efforts that the SIGCHI Executive Committee and other subcommittees have been making in the last few years to try to lower barriers to participation. So what would it take to get more people at our conferences or to get more communities to build up their brand of HCI, and what does that look like? So yeah, I guess that's a short summary.
Yeah, so to divert a bit from the topic, currently there seems to be a lack of women in engineering in this South Asian region. What do you think the reason is, and if there's any suggestions that you could provide to increase the female participation?
I mean, this is a problem that is systemic, and we see it everywhere and in many different parts of computing. So I would say that I guess understanding if there are any particular issues that are preventing women from participating is a good thing to do in general. But in terms of addressing a systemic issue, we have to address systemic and structural issues with structural interventions, right? That's my belief, because it's not really about the individual. So thinking about programs that specifically facilitate mentorship, thinking about setting up conversations with potential role models to say, well, this is what it means to be a woman in HCI, right? And there are so many examples that we have to look at. There's a program that someone had done, a few students at Georgia Tech had taken on this project, where they were trying to build a better understanding of researchers in tech and in computing in India. And I think that was actually more broadly in South Asia. But what they had done was a video interview that lasted for about an hour of students' research. And I think that was a nice effort to really get comfortable with the student and try to figure out, okay, so what has your journey been? And understanding different journeys is a great way for us to be able to connect with different possibilities for ourselves.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Neha. That was really inspiring. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.